Hi there and welcome to your yoga class. My name is Jackie and I'll be taking you through a short yoga class today just so that we can get you feeling relaxed. And today we're going to be talking about breath. What is breath? What's that got to do with anything really? So first of all, what we always start with is a breathing exercise in any yoga class that we do. And today we're going to do something called feeling breath. So what I want you to do is sit with your legs crossed and sit up nice and straight as always. And what I want you to do is just put your hands just at the top of your rib cage here and relax your shoulders. Now you can close your eyes if you want, you don't have to keep them open. And this is called feeling breath, okay? It's so that you can feel what's going on in your body when you breathe. It's that simple. So we're going to try and breathe through our nose, okay? So taking a big breath in, that's it, and a big breath out. Now what's going on when you're feeling there? Can you feel, keep breathing, in and out. Can you feel your rib cage expanding as you breathe in and contracting, go back in maybe when you breathe out. That's it, and we're trying to breathe using our diaphragm. Your diaphragm's just sort of up in here. That's it, and when we breathe, it expands and it gets smaller as well. So just close your eyes if you want to. Keep breathing like that through your nose, in through your nose, out through your nose. If that's too difficult for you, you can breathe through your mouth if you've got a cold or something like that. And keep breathing. And all you might feel your heartbeat, you might just feel your rib cage, you might not feel that much, but what you're just trying to do is just feel, and you can feel whatever you want. A couple more breaths. That's it. And then coming back. Okay, so we're going to talk about the breath today and deal with the breath as well. What is the breath? Well, we breathe, don't we? We breathe every day without even thinking about it, that's how awesome our bodies are. But did you know we can actually influence our breath? We can tell our breath what to do sometimes, but why would we want to do this? What effect do you think breathing has on your body? So, you know, you're sitting there on the other side of a screen from me, so just think for a moment, if I breathe fast, what's that going to do to my body? Is it going to make you feel nice and relaxed, or is it going to make you feel quite uptight? Probably uptight. And if you breathe nice and slow, how is that going to make your body feel? Is it going to feel uptight or nice and relaxed? Probably a bit more relaxed, probably, okay? So it's just to think about, it's just to start thinking about how our breathing can affect what's going on in our brains and in our bodies as well. It's quite amazing actually. The power of your breath is a big thing. So do you think that by breathing you can change how you feel? Maybe you don't feel like you can at the moment, but we can change how we feel by our breathing. So while we're doing our yoga today, just have a wee think about your breathing and what your breathing's doing, because sometimes when we feel nervous, our breathing does, you know, our body influences how our breath reacts. If you're feeling nervous, you maybe breathe a wee bit faster. So let's just try and focus on what our breath is doing today. Dead easy, okay? So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to do a warm-up, okay? So we're going to do a yoga pattern, which is basically a few moves in the same sequence a few times. Dead easy. So let's start in a rock pose. So sitting on your knees, go back and sit on your heels, and then put your head on the floor and your hands next to your feet in a rock pose. And remember that breathing, okay? Try and fill your belly up, not just your chest up when you're breathing. So we're in rock pose here. Then we're going to come up to a tabletop pose. So hands nice and splayed, and your toes can be tucked or top of your feet on your mat. And you're going to try and pull your tummy back to your spine. So keep that tummy nice and tight. You know, a nice strong table here. Okay, nice strong table. Then we're going to tuck our toes in and we're going to come up to a downward dog. So let's pop our bottoms up in the air and then come back to a downward dog. So you're sort of like an upside down V shape. Your tailbone's lifting high. You can walk the dog as well, which means bending your knees to just stretch those hamstrings off. And what happens to your breath when you do this? Is it a bit harder? This isn't maybe one of the easiest poses you can do, especially if you've never done it before. Then coming back down to tabletop, That's it, nice tabletop. Then tuck your toes back and come back to rock pose. Awesome, and that is it. Okay, nice warm up. So rock pose, coming up to tabletop pose, nice strong table. Tuck those toes in. Bottom up, downward dog. What's happening with your breathing? Walk your dog if you want to. That's it, stretch that tailbone high, push your mat away. Knees down again, into tabletop. Try and have your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees as well. And then tops of the feet on the floor and back down to rock pose. Let's do one more. So in your rock pose, what's going on with your breathing? Is it getting heavier? Is it just the same? So let's come up to tabletop pose, nice and strong. Tuck your toes, bottom up, into downward dog pose, upside down V shape. Feet pointing forward, your hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart. That's it. Still walk that dog if you want to. Then come down to tabletop again. Top of the feet on the floor and back to rock pose. That's awesome. So now our bodies will be feeling a little bit warmer. Okay, so just coming up to sit on your knees. That's it. How does your body feel now? And what's your breathing doing? Is it faster? Is it slower? Let's just put our hands where they were before and feel. Is it flowing a bit easier now? And are you feeling more relaxed? You might still be a bit, if this is the first time you've done yoga, it might still feel a bit strange. Please remember, there's no right and wrong. It's how you feel. That's the great thing about yoga. It's about you and nobody else. Nobody else is the same. So now we'll go on to our yoga poses. So first of all, we're going to come up to that downward dog again, okay? So come into tabletop first, okay? So we come into our downward dog in a nice proper alignment. So tucking your toes, popping your bottom up and coming back to downward dog. Remember your position, push that mat away, look towards the back of the mat if you can. That's it. And what we're going to do is walk towards our hands. That's it. Walk towards our hands. That's it. So you can bend your knees here as well. And what we're going to do is a ragdoll pose. So that means your feet are hip width apart. Hold on to the inside of your elbows and just dangle your head. You're just going to keep here with your knees bent, dangling your head. And you can straighten your legs if you want to, if you want an extra stretch up the back of your legs, but you're just dangling. And remember, let your head dangle. That's it. In our ragdoll pose, that's it. You can sway side to side as well. And then what we're going to do is tuck our chins in and roll up very, very, very slowly to the front. And stand in a mountain pose now. So your feet are together. Now if that's too wobbly for you, your feet can be hip width apart, but feet together, big toes touching, hands at the side of your body facing in the way, shoulders nice and relaxed. That's it. And we're going to take a couple of big ocean breaths now. We did our feeling breath before, and we're going to do ocean breath, and I'll show you how to do that. You breathe in through your nose, and then we go out through your mouth, and it sounds like the ocean a little bit. So breathing in again, and then lovely. One more, and how does that make you feel? It's a nice one if you're feeling a wee bit uptight, that one. So if you take a moment to have a couple of ocean breaths, then you might find you're able to just feel a little bit more calm. So standing in our mountain pose, we're going to come to the top of our mat, just here, okay? So you're standing at the top of your mat, and we're going to step out into star pose. So that means stepping out with one foot, your feet are about a leg length apart, and your hands are out to the side. That's it. Now your knees can be slightly bent as well, but we're in a nice star position here. That's it. Now that foot that you stepped out on, you're going to turn it to face the other way, okay? And then what we're going to do is turn our hips over that one. Now adjust that back foot if you need to, because what we're going to do is come into triangle pose. So move out over your front foot and then come over into triangle pose. Now put the back of your hand against your calf, or you can hold on to your toes if you want to, but your hands up in the air and you're twisting that chest round, okay, into a nice star pose. That's it. And then we're going to come up again nice and strong, and we're going to come into a warrior pose. So keep your feet where they are and bend that front knee, okay? Shoulders are down and back and relaxed, okay? Your hips are turning a wee bit more out to the side now, all right? And your knee is over your ankle in a lovely warrior pose. That's great. Well done. And you look across and look over your front arm as well. Lovely. So from there, let's come back to our star pose where we were before. Lovely. And then let's come to mountain pose again. So step up to the front of your mat and pause in mountain pose. Observe what your breath is doing as well. So we're going to do the other side now. I'm going to come to the other side of the mat so that you can see me and roll you back to me. So we're standing in mountain pose, nice, tall, strong, rooted like a mountain, and step out again. And we're going to do the other side, okay? So, star pose first of all. Feet are pointing forward, hands are out in alignment with your shoulders. Nice, straight backs. Turn that foot out, other foot this time, remember? That's it. And you're going to turn like a pair of car headlights across, so your hips are going the same way as your foot. And adjust that back foot if you need to. Hands out, move over the front foot, and then come down to that triangle pose. Okay, looking up the way, feeling the big stretch on your front foot here. That's it. And looking up, then look down again, come up nice and strongly, and then you're going to bend your knee, open your hips out to the side and into warrior two. Okay, watch that knee doesn't go in front of your toes. Nice, strong, deep breaths. Lovely. And then from here, you're going to straighten back up, come to star pose again, and step to the top of the mat. That's it. Coming forward to the top of the mat. Wonderful. So now we're going to try a tree pose, okay? A couple of variations for this one, depending on how your balance is, okay? So, standing with your feet together, the first variation is you can lift your foot and rest it on your ankle, a bit like a kickstand on a bike, and we can be in tree pose. Now make sure that knee is turning right out to the side, okay? We don't want this, right out to the side. So if you feel super confident in this position, you can then put your foot on your calf if you want to, okay? But only if your knee's pointing out and only if you're standing up nice and tall. If that's still not enough for you, what you can do is just gently put your foot on the top of your thigh. That's it, knee out to the side, and do your tree pose like that. So choose your variation. So we're here, or your foot is right up. Okay, that's it. Focus your gaze. Nice and tall, and then put your foot down, and let's do the other side. So remember that variation. You're better to be stable, even if you're in the first variation, and your knees out. That's it. Nice and relaxed. Shoulders down in tree pose. Lovely. So from here, we're going to come down to that ragdoll position again. Okay, so standing in your mountain pose, we're just going to gently fold forward. That's it. Now bend your knees if you need to and hold on to the inside of your arms again. That's it. And let your head hang, okay? Straighten the legs if you want to get that lovely big stretch, but as long as your spine's nice and loose. That's it. And then from here, put your hands on the mat, step your feet back to a downward dog position. That's it. Feet and hands are shoulder width apart. Feet are hip width apart. And then coming down to your knees. Remember that not rock pose? Sitting back in your heels, come into rock pose and pause there for a second. How's your breath doing? Are we remembering to breathe? I hope we are. That's it. Wonderful. So now we're going to do a little boat pose, okay? Navasana is the Sanskrit name. Sanskrit is the language, and you maybe feel you see a lot of strange words. So boat pose is what we call it, but the proper name for it is Navasana. So there's variations for it. Now the Navasana that we can try is by lifting up one foot, that's it, lifting up 2 feet and lifting up 2 hands, okay? If that's a little bit too difficult for you, you can put your hands on the floor, no problem at all. You can even put your feet down a little bit as well. But make sure that we're not coming back like this. No droopy backs, please. We want our chest nice and high. That's it, in your Navasana pose. So staying up there, keeping your knees together. That's it, no cheating. That's it, and then coming down and crossing your legs. We're going to do a pretzel pose. So crossing your legs, you're going to take your right hand and put it on your left knee, and you're going to take a big deep breath in. That's it, and then turn round and put the other hand at the back. So you're doing a nice twist and looking behind you. So you're giving your spine and your back a lovely twist here, but do you know what you're doing as well? You're squeezing out all those internal organs, a bit like a sponge. It's a fantastic move for you. That's very easy, but very, very effective for you. That's it. So coming round, guess what? We have to do the other side. So taking your left hand on your right knee, inhale, breath in, and then twist round and do the other side. That's awesome. So coming back round, we're going to do a forward fold now on the floor. Okay, so put your feet out to the front. Now keep those toes pointing up, back nice and straight. And what you're going to do is just try and keep your back straight. Okay, let's not slump. Back nice and straight and forward fold, chest to your thighs. Okay, now if you can touch your toes, that's fine. You can put them on the floor as well, that's fine. And as long as you're feeling that stretch up the back of your legs, that's fine. So you might only come forward a bit. You might come really far, depends if there's any dancers or gymnasts out there. That's it. And then from here, we're going to lie down and do a lying twist. So lying on your back, knees up, you're going to put your hands out to the side, like this, and drop your knees over to the left and keep your shoulders on the floor. Okay, so it's another twisty one. That's it. And then coming back up again and dropping your knees to the other side. Wonderful. And then coming back up again. Well done. So, well done in all your yoga poses there. That was really well done. So we're going to do, before our relaxation, we're going to do washing away, what we call washing away. And it's a really good tension buster as well. So what we're going to do, I'll show you what we're going to do. You're going to stand up and you're going to think of any tension or any stress or anything that's bothering you at all. And you're going to stand with your legs just a little bit apart, and you're going to pretend that all this tension and stress is just leaving your body, and you're going to use your body to help you do this. We're just going to do this. That's it. Let your arms go floppy, bend your knees a bit, and just go a bit mad if you want to. Doesn't matter where your arms go, you've got to be totally relaxed. Imagine all that stress and tension leaving your body, washing it away, and it feels so good, doesn't it? It feels quite nice, this, doesn't it? Wonderful. And this is great to do on your own as well. Just go up to your bedroom and do this. That's it. How does your body feel now? I bet it feels quite nice. So, how's your breath doing as well? Did we remember to breathe through all of that? Are you feeling more relaxed now? It's really good just to observe what's going on in your body, not just your breath. Do you feel more relaxed after that? If so, do it. Do more of it. Because isn't it nice? It's better to feel more relaxed, isn't it, than feeling wound up. I don't think anyone likes to feel really tight and stressed. I don't think anyone likes that. So if we can use all these tools like yoga and breathing and postures and washing away like we've just done, then why not? So we're going to have a nice relaxation now. So what I'd like you to do is lie down, okay, on your mat. Now your feet can be as wide as your mat, arms out to the side, top of the hands on the floor, okay? Now, you can shut your eyes if you want. You can also keep them open. Do whatever is going to be more relaxing. You can have a blanket and an eye mask at this point as well. So you stay lying down and I'm going to do a guided visualization with you, which all that means is you just have to listen. That's it. Okay, and we're going to be talking about our inner mountain today, because remember that pose that we did, the mountain pose, nice, tall, strong and safe? That's what we're going to be talking about. So get yourself nice and comfy and close your eyes, breathe and just rest. As if you're falling asleep, just let go of all your thoughts, just feel your breath and just settle your body down. Release any wiggles or movement or tension. And when you're nice and still, I'll know you're ready to listen. That's it. With every breath, you're becoming more and more relaxed. Brilliant. So imagine you see a mountain. Notice everything you can about this mountain. Its shape, its height, its colours and qualities. Notice how calm, strong and steady and wise it is. Now imagine yourself as the mountain. Let yourself become strong, steady, solid and still. Whatever happens, bad weather or good, friendly hikers or not, you, the mountain, stay the same. Your foundation is rooted deep into the earth and you're unshakable. Trust in your foundation and the strength that comes from being able to be whatever comes. Knowing that it will always pass. Breathe and just be. Breathe and be. Let everything come and go. You notice the world change, but you don't change with it. Thoughts and feelings come and go, but you, the mountain, remain seeing, knowing and being who you are. Whole, perfect and magnificent. Now it's time to come back into the room. Just gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a stretch, wriggle about. That's it. And when you're ready, come back to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Well done, everyone. That's really, really good. Okay, so when you feel a little bit unsure, just remember your inner mountain. So I hope that what we've done today is help you just even be aware of your breath. That's all you have to take away from this. And also, if you wanted to, you could sit with your parent or caregiver and talk about how your breath affects your body and write down ways that you can affect your breath. That might be doing yoga. It might be, reading a book. If there's something there that is going to help you relax, then do it. And breathing exercises as well, like ocean breath or feeling breath that we did, remember? So all these things, and sometimes even noting one or two things down, your parent or caregiver might actually start doing it as well, and also help you remember to do it. When things are tough and things are a little bit stressful, then it just reminds you to do it that little bit more. So thank you for joining me for your yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you back here soon again. See you later.